Hello, this is the last question, question 4, the most valuable question on the review exam 1. And so, I'm going to grab some pen. This is a matrix problem. So here we have, on this matrix problem, we have 4 fishermen, Irene, Julio, Kate, and Lenny. And we have 4 kinds of fish. And we have 4 towns. So the 4 fish are bluefish, mako, pollock, and weakfish. The towns I'm going to pronounce wrong are Amityville, Bayshore, Copiague, and Deer Park. And see, we've got down here a nice matrix designed around that. So we're going to use these constraints over here to eliminate possibilities and mark possibilities and work it down so that there's one unique answer. For example, the Amityville fisher, the first one, didn't catch pollock or weakfish. So I'm going to say, I'll put little X's on pollock and weakfish next to the Amityville. This thing should be a little bigger. Let's see if I can convince it to be bigger. No, not while I'm doing this. Escape. Now I can. That'll be easier. So the Amityville fisher didn't do pollock or weakfish. Now I can do that easier. So Julio didn't catch bluefish or mako. So far, okay. So since Julio didn't catch bluefish or mako, the Amityville fisher must have caught bluefish or mako. That means Julio cannot be the Amityville fisher. That cool. So I'm using that sort of clever constraint there because Julio, because they have no fish in common. Lenny isn't from Copiague. So I'm going to mark that Lenny is not from Copiague. Okay, that doesn't lead me anywhere in particular. Else, Irene is either from Bayshore or caught the pollock or both. So, that doesn't, I can't do anything with that yet. That's going to be held in abeyance. Kate and the fisher from Bayshore. So Kate cannot be from Bayshore. Okay. Caught in some order the pollock and the mako. So Kate and the Bayshore fisher caught the pollock and the mako. That means that the blue and the weak cannot be Kate's because it was a pollock or a mako for Kate. And also the Bayshore fisher can't do a blue or a weakfish. 3 of the 4 people are the fisher from Amityville, the one who caught the bluefish, and Irene. So that means Irene cannot be from Amityville. The one who caught the bluefish cannot be from Amityville. And Irene cannot be the one who caught the bluefish. That's going to help us because Lenny, that means Lenny over here, caught the bluefish. And that allows me to say Lenny caught the bluefish. It also tells me that Lenny cannot be, and of course it would do that right in the middle of my trying to talk to you. Let's go back. Oh, stop that. Back. Lenny cannot be from Amityville, because Lenny caught the bluefish. Which means Kate has to be the one from Amityville. That means Kate cannot be from anywhere else. Okay, see how X's and O's work well there. And so Lenny can only be from Bayshore, but he can't be from Bayshore because Lenny caught the bluefish, and the bluefish did not caught from Bayshore. So Lenny came from Deer Park, and Deer Park person caught the bluefish. Things are starting to come through here. And that means that the weak fish was from Copac. So, okay, well, alright, so I can X out all the other possibilities, right? Once we know it's from Copac, no one else can be from Copac the weak fish, which means the pollock is in Bayshore. And that fills in the mako is in Amityville. Which means the mako must be Kate. Boom. Now, okay, so we've got a bunch of things. Now, we know that Irene is either from Bayshore or caught the pollock, or both. Well, Irene still could have caught the pollock. Irene still has the possibility of being from Bayshore. Okay, and Julio didn't catch the bluefish or the mako. Well, we have that already. So we know who the Amityville fisher is. Kate and the fisher from Bayshore caught, in some order, the pollock and the mako. Well, Kate caught the mako. So, the fisher from Bayshore caught the pollock. The fisher from Bayshore caught the pollock. We know that. And so how do I know which? Okay, I know I gotta get something. Okay. We also know I left out a couple of X's here. Deer Park, there. Can't be Irene. So either Irene caught the pollock and he's from Bayshore, or Irene caught the pollock and it's from Copac, or Julio caught the pollock from Bayshore, or Julio caught the pollock and it's from Copac. But where is the thing that tells me which of these is which? Okay, so we need something about Irene and Julio. And pollock and weakfish. Oh. Well, the fisher from Bayshore caught the pollock. Okay. But that just doesn't tell me who he is, whether it's Julio catching the pollock or Irene catching the pollock. So here's the thing. Bayshore caught the pollock. So it must be, since Irene is either from Bayshore or caught the pollock or both, it must be the both. So, what I know now is Irene caught the pollock, and she's from Bayshore. So, Irene is from Bayshore, and by elimination, Julio is from Copiague with the weak fish. So, the final answer is Irene caught the pollock and is from Bayshore. Julio caught the weak fish and is from Copiague. Kate caught the mako and is from Amityville. And Lenny caught the blue fish and is from Deer Park. And that's the whole answer. And at this point, it's time for me to stop. And that's the end of the exam. Couple of little points. If you get stuck somewhere, okay, always do the hardest question last, the longest question last, because if you run out of time, you want to get as many questions done as you can. And if you get stuck, look at some other stuff, check your work maybe, and then go back with fresh eyes. Sometimes you can solve it, which is what happened here. So that's the review.